In the world of theology and eschatology, few topics are as intriguing and significant as the concept of the Third Temple. This idea is deeply rooted in biblical prophecy, particularly in Christian theology. Join us as we delve into the historical and scriptural journey that has shaped this belief. The anticipation of the Third Temple's construction is closely tied to the end-time prophecies found within the sacred texts. The Book of Revelation, a cornerstone of Christian eschatology, plays a pivotal role in this belief. In Revelation chapter 11 verses 1-2, we find a reference to a future temple. Then I was given a measuring rod like a staff, and I was told, "Rise and measure the temple of God and the altar and those who worship there, but do not measure the court outside the temple. Leave that out, for it is given over to the nations, and they will trample the holy city for 42 months." To understand the significance of this prophecy, we journey back to the ancient city of Jerusalem, where the story of the first and second temples unfolds. The first temple, or Solomon's temple. It stood as a place of worship and housed the Ark of the Covenant, containing the Ten Commandments. However, it met its demise at the hands of the Babylonians in 586 BCE. The Second Temple, rebuilt after the Babylonian exile, stood as a testament to the resilience of the Jewish people. Its construction began during the time of Zerubbabel, but it was King Herod the Great who expanded it into a grand and opulent structure. Interestingly, the fulfillment of Daniel's prophecy of the 70 weeks is intertwined with the construction of the Second Temple. The ruins of the Second Temple on the Temple Mount are now the location of the Dome of the Rock and the Al-Aqsa Mosque, two significant sites revered by both Jews and Muslims. The New Testament introduces the concept of the abomination of desolation, as seen in Matthew chapter 24 verse 15 and the book of Daniel. This particular verses points to the existence of a third temple. This event, linked to a future leader known as the Antichrist, is believed to desecrate the temple, signifying the onset of the end times. The construction and eventual desecration of the Third Temple is a precursor to the second coming of Jesus Christ. In Christian eschatology, it is believed that Jesus will return to establish his reign on earth and bring about the final judgment. As we turn our attention to the present day, an intriguing development is unfolding: the quest for the red heifer. The Bible, in Numbers chapter 19 verse 4, underscores the red heifer's unique role in temple purification. It says, "Then Eleazar the priest is to take some of its blood on his finger and sprinkle it 7 times toward the front of the tent of meeting." Remarkably, these sacred heifers are being raised by a Christian farmer in Texas. Recently, 5 perfectly red heifers, all under 1 year old, made their way from a ranch in Texas to the land of Israel. Their arrival marks a significant step in the preparations for the Third Temple. After their arrival, these prized cattle were immediately transported to Heifer, where they will undergo a minimum 7-day quarantine, in strict accordance with the regulations of the Israel Veterinary Authority. Following this mandatory isolation, the heifers will be released to 2 separate locations in Israel. One of these locations is intended to be open to the public, providing a unique opportunity for people to witness these remarkable animals. At these designated locations, the heifers will be cared for and nurtured until they reach their 3rd year. At this point, they become eligible for slaughter, and their remains will be used for purification rituals. This process signifies a crucial step in the religious and spiritual preparations associated with the construction of the Third Temple in Jerusalem. Today, many of the preparations for the Third Temple have already been completed, including the sacred worship vessels and priestly garments to be worn by the Levites in temple services. Also, over 500 young Jewish men, descended from the tribe of Levi, have been trained as temple priests to fulfill their duties of worship and sacrifice in the temple. In conclusion, the Third Temple stands as a bridge between the ancient prophecies of the past and the eschatological beliefs of the future. Rooted in sacred texts and fueled by faith, this vision of a future temple in Jerusalem will signal to us the coming of the Lord Jesus Christ.